Hello, good morning, students. 7th class. Today we are going to learn the new passage which is very important to you. Yesterday we learned part second what happened next Dr. Watson's account, and I will give the details meaning about that particular passages. Today we are going to learn the new passage which is very important to you. First I am going to read the passage. Now listen carefully to me. We waited silently for more than an hour. It was pitch dark in the cellar. Then suddenly a point of bright light appeared in the floor of the cellar. Then a line, and a gash seems to poem or to open, and a hand appeared. A broad stone turned over upon its side and left a square hole. A boyish face emerged. The man looked about and came out of the hole. He had a companion with him, a man with very red hair. The pair was none other than Spalding, the assistant alias the criminal Clay, and the red-headed Mr. Duncan's Ross. As soon as they climbed out of the hole, Sherlock Holmes sprang out and seized Clay by the collar. The other dived down the hole and disappeared. Clay took out a revolver, but Holmes hit him on his wrist and the revolver fell on the floor. It is no use, John Clay, said Holmes. We have caught you. So I see, but my friend has escaped. Holmes replied, he cannot escape. There are three men waiting for him at the other end. Then Holmes handed over Mr. Clay to the policeman. Mr. Merriweather said, really, Mr. Holmes, I do not know how to thank you. You have foiled one of the most cunning attempts at bank robbery. The bank is grateful to you. You see, Watson, Holmes said, after we reached his home, it was obvious from the first that the only possible object of the strange advertisement and the peculiar job was to get Mr. Wilson away from his shop for some hours every day. The Red Headed League was a clever idea. In Mr. Wilson's absence, Clay and his red-headed companion wanted to dig an underground tunnel from Mr. Wilson's house to the bank. Then they would be able to enter the bank and steal the gold without breaking open the doors of the bank. Using the tunnel, they entered the cellar, they planned to steal the gold and go back to Mr. Wilson's house again through the tunnel and then get away. But how could you guess what their motive was? When I heard that the assistant worked for half the wages, I became suspicious. Using Mr. Wilson's description of his assistant, I made inquiries. I found that he was a criminal Clay. Why was he working in Mr. Wilson's shop? And his habit of going into the cellar every now and then, I inferred that he must be digging a tunnel to some other building. When we visited the shop, I beat upon the pavement with my stick to find out whether the cellar stretched out in front or behind. It was in front. I saw the bank on the other side of the house and guess what the criminals had in mind. When Clay answered the bell, the knees of the trousers were wrinkled and stained. It confirmed my suspicion that he was digging. You know the best. You know the rest of the story. You reason it out beautifully. I exclaimed in ॲडमायरेशन. विद्यार्थी मित्रांनो, आज हा पॅसेज आपण या ठिकाणी अतिशय व्यवस्थितरित्या वाचलेला आहे. काल तुम्हाला या अगोदरच्या पॅसेजचे बरेचसे अर्थ आणि मिनिंग तुम्हाला सांगितलेले आहे की या ठिकाणी ही घटना कशा प्रकारची घडते. या पॅसेजमध्ये तुम्हाला समजण्यासाठी अगोदर कोणकोणत्या प्रकारचे नवीन शब्द या ठिकाणी आलेले आहेत त्या शब्दांचे नोट करा, एका वेगळ्या वहीमध्ये लिहिण्याचा प्रयत्न करा आणि त्याचा अर्थ नेमका काय असतो ते शोधा. म्हणजे आपल्याला ही कथा समजण्यासाठी अतिशय सोपं जाईल. आजच्यासाठी एवढंच. थँक्स.